Hey guys, how's it going? Frenzy Gamer here, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about something that's a little bit more negative towards the Wizard101 community. So last video was actually a little bit more positive towards, like, not exactly the Wizard101 community, but Wizard101, Wizard101 as a game. So I absolutely do like Wizard101. It's one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. I think it's around there at least, top 20, I don't know. However, there is a problem that I have with the Wizard101 community, so let's talk about it. So there's many things that people will accuse that's wrong with the Wizard101 community. So some people will say that it's because of the toxicity in the game. Now there's going to be toxicity no matter where you go with any game. Some are worse than others, and it's a little bit more appearing in the Wizard101 community. I don't know why in the children's card game there's more toxicity than anywhere else, but it exists. And you know, it is an issue, but it's like a 50-50. It's not for everyone. Like 50% of people I know, it's like very toxic, but the other half is like very nice, genuine people who not only want to enjoy the game, but they also want to make friends there. The second thing is drama and Wiz. I mean, there's drama between like just you know, people in Discord servers and the Wizard101 Discord servers. There's drama with the WizTubers, or you know, content creators, I like to call them, because I don't really consider them WizTubers for the most part. And there's issues with, you know, there's just issues with like drama everywhere with the Wizard101 community. But the thing is, like, that only lasts like a little bit of time. It lasts like maybe a few weeks, sometimes even a few months. And the only reason why that even lasts that long is because the community just makes it last that long. The community just makes it worse than what it should be. However, my main issue with the Wizard101 community isn't exactly that has to deal with any of those things. My main issue with the Wizard101 community has to deal with, you know, the support or lack of support of these content creators that make Wizard101 videos actually doing other content. And it's one of the main issues I've been having with the Wizard101 community ever since, you know, especially with like AwesomeTheSauce actually doing some other content, because then he realizes that if he wants to expand his channel, which is obviously wants to expand his channel even more when playing Fortnite and many other things, that he wants it to be a channel that's not specifically based off Wiz. He's appreciative, like myself. I'm also appreciative for the fans who came over for Wiz and actually support our Wiz content. Like, it's really amazing, and I really appreciate you guys for, you know, the 180 so subs and more counting, hopefully in the future. But there is an issue with the community that's not supporting other content that's not Wiz related. In fact, the reason why I'm even making this video in the first place is because of the fact that what happened around, I believe, Friday during AwesomeTheSauce's stream. I believe it was during a Fortnite stream, and he saw that it's getting to the point to where he doesn't feel like he's growing enough. Like, he's not growing to the point to where he wanted to be when it comes to starting other content, because people are like, oh yeah, it's because it's not Wiz, that's why. It's only part of the conversation, or part of the comments he did after he ended the video. So yeah, he was saying, like, you know, essentially, like, AwesomeTheSauce was saying that he appreciates, like, I didn't get this in the screenshot because the chat was going a little too fast, but I got a good portion of it. He says that he appreciates everyone who came through the stream when it comes to the Fortnite. I believe he had like around 100 viewers or so. I was one of those viewers because I was just genuinely enjoying it. Like, I needed something to, like, you know, just entertain myself while I'm doing homework or so. And then, you know, this is actually what he says afterwards. And he's like, he's really appreciated it, but it's like to know that only a third of people are here to actually be there for Sauce, like, just because it's AwesomeTheSauce live stream, not because of the game he plays. It's like something that he's getting annoyed to deal with. Like, he's sorry, but he's just basically telling the truth, like how it is, how he actually feels about the certain thing, because of the fact that he's been working on his channel for years, only for people to actually barely even be behind him as a, like, you know, as a person, like basically saying that people are only there because of the Wiz content he creates. And it's not genuinely because they love his personality. Now, for some people, it probably is obvious that you do join him for a personality, but you don't support him for other content because it's not Wiz. And that's an issue. For me, that's an issue. Because, let's look for an example, like, you know, one of the AwesomeTheSauce's older videos right here. 2 weeks ago, he made a video that's called Fortnite Sniper Shootout my partner dies, blah 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 blah. I couldn't read the whole title. This video I actually watched myself, very well edited. You could definitely tell that he's having a good time actually playing the series, and to the sense that he actually put lots of work, dedication, and effort. Like, he put lots of effort into making this video and making it as enjoyable as it can be. 1.2k views in like 2 weeks. This another video that came around 2 weeks, I believe it was like a few days after, was Wizard101 on Steam. Is it good or bad? A good or bad idea? And same video around the same week, 4.3k views. Why? Because it's a Wizard101 video. And even though it was just him just discussing about his opinion towards the fact that Wizard101 was on Steam, and you know these fans are gonna want to watch it because part of it's because they want to see his opinion, and then the majority of it is just basically because it's a Wiz video. You know, you can even say, like, for a PvP series, same amount of minutes, 7 minutes. You know, Wizard101 Champion, Ice PvP. And this got 4.1k views. And I believe that was uploaded the next day after the Fortnite video. So, there's a huge difference of, like, the lack of support when it comes to him doing other content. I will give more examples, but, you know, we don't really have the time for that. And you know, it's just sad because you could definitely tell that he's genuinely enjoying what he does when it comes to, you know, making content, like other content, and just enjoying, trying to experience like the beauty of gaming and just, you know, the beauty of doing YouTube with the subscribers that he has, but yet still gets so much lack of support because it's not a Wiz video. Same thing you can say about Blaze. I mean, I will give a few examples. Like, he did Moonlighter, which got like 1 point something views or so, 1.k views or so, compared to his like Wiz video that was like pretty pointless, getting like what, like 6 point something. Like, I'm not sure. You can check me if I'm wrong. You guys can check it yourselves. But you can see that there's a lack of support. There's a lack of support when it comes during, you know, these Wizard101 YouTube creators in general who are doing other content because they want to expand their channel, but yet there's a lack of support for it. Now, I get it for the sense of some people. It's like, okay, you build off of Wiz, you got most of your subscribers from Wiz, so therefore we're only there for the Wizard101 videos because that's what we genuinely were there for in the first place. And you're genuinely, to us, is a WizTuber. I will say to that, bullshit, because you, like, these content creators are not specifically WizTubers unless somehow they only do Wiz. But you know, as a content creator, these are content creators. Like, the way I see it is that these are content creators who are just genuinely trying to entertain you guys and basically doing YouTube as a hobby for fun. And it's something that somehow a lot of people are good at, so that's why they do it. And to do other content, it's a way for them to escape from Wiz, so that once they come back to playing Wiz, you still are going to get that same really genuine fun experience as you probably did, you know, before then. Because, you know, with Blaze Lifeheimer, I'm not going to talk too much about him, but you know, you can see his videos, they're drag on for 10 minutes for the sake of being 10 minutes, probably for ad revenue, and also for the sake of video, for like uploading a video for a video, for people to watch because it's a Wiz related video. And I haven't really been a big fan of lots of his latest videos. Like, they just aren't as entertaining. You can tell that it's getting stale. He's starting to get a little bit tired of playing Wiz, even though he's not showing it too much. It seems like he's forcing himself a little bit to play it for the sake of uploading. And when he plays other content, I see some of this other content he does, and even Overwatch, and it looks like he just genuinely has a really good time playing it. And, you know, there's just a huge difference for that. I think that you guys, as the Wizard101 community, should support, you know, these, you know, content creators that do Wizard101 videos. When they do some other content, you should probably try it out. At least try it out. Look to see what it is. If you don't like it, then okay. But at least try. Like, try something that's new. Like, it doesn't have to be Wiz every single time. And we ask you this as content creators because we take pride at what we do. We take pride with all the videos we do. If it doesn't do that well, it kind of, I'm not going to really admit that it really hurts us. It doesn't hurt us that bad, but it does make us feel like, you know, maybe we're not really doing this for anything you know, maybe it's not worth, you know, just doing YouTube or anything, because then, you know, they're not getting as much support as I hope it did. You know, you just feel disappointed. You have these high expectations, and these high expectations turn, you know, very low, and it gets you to the point to where it's like you're questioning if what you're doing is the right thing. As for AwesomeTheSauce, on the other hand, it's like, you know, it's getting to the point to where like he wants to expand, but then he then thinks about, his second guess is like, can he really expand with the Wizard101 community? Like, should he really stay with the community? Like, is it even worth expanding to other content? Like, will I get the same success if I expand to other content if it's not Wiz? Like, so many questions are put into that. And I'm not really specifically saying that for myself, because for myself, I see that the fact that I'm a small channel, that I'm not going to get as much support as I really would hope to get when it comes to actually making these videos. I know that since I'm a smaller channel, I'm not going to get as much viewership on my other stuff that's not Wiz, because I'm a smaller channel. But I think that eventually later on, because of the fact that I've been expanding to other content while still being a pretty small channel, you know, in the future, it's going to get to the point to where it's like either equal or it's a very good standing as to where I want the viewership to be when it comes to me playing other content. And by then, it's a lot more fun building up a platform that way. For many other people like Blaze Lifehammer or AwesomeTheSauce, even Mega Mikey, you know, they've been doing like Wiz content as their main thing for many years, and they become some of the biggest successes in Wizard101 community because of the fact that they've been playing Wiz. But now, since they decided that they wanted to do other content, well, it's a lot harder for them, because most of their, you know, fan base or like just subscribers just come for Wiz for the most part, and it's a lot harder for them to build up to that standard that they want to be in because of the fact that it's not Wiz, and most of their fan base comes from Wiz. But doesn't really excuse the community to actually not try out like these other contents, because these content creators just want to, you know, entertain you, and they want to do what they love doing, which is, you know, doing YouTube as a sake of, you know, for the hobby and for the enjoyment. And that's the way I see it. Some other YouTubers might think differently, but that's just the way I see it. And let me just give you a scenario. Let's take two scenarios, scenario A and scenario B. Scenario A only does Wizard101 content, so essentially it's like walkthroughs, PvP, pet training. I mean, I know it's Anthony does really good pet training videos. I'll give him that. And you know, just as much ideas as they can think of for the Wizard101. It's gonna get to the point that in the future, for one, you're not gonna build as much on your channel because you based it off one game, and it's not really that big of a community to begin with either. Not as it used to be anyway. And you know, secondly, you're gonna start running out of ideas to the point to where you're gonna get in ways bored of doing this every single day, and then it's like you're forcing yourself to do the video for the sake of the video, just because people were expecting you to do a Wizard101 video already. And then it gets to the point to where you're gonna call them out because of the fact that, like, the fans are gonna call you out because of the fact that, you know, it's like, oh, you're becoming stale, and you know, you're not as fun as it used to be. But it's like, you guys as the subscribers ask for scenario A to make only Wizard101 content, and you expect them to have the same personality every single time. Now let's look at scenario B. Scenario B is, let's say this person does Wizard101 videos, however he or she does, you know, many other different series. So let's say, for example, Final Fantasy, which is a fantasy game turn-based RPG. Then we have Spider-Man, like the new Spider-Man game. And then we have a classic like BioShock. So not only are you getting a taste of Wizard101, which is the content you guys have been, you know, subscribed for the most part, you're also going to get, you know, an action hero-based game, which, I mean, who doesn't really love Spider-Man? And Spider-Man's amazing. He's one of my favorite heroes, by the way. And not only that, but you're going to get Final Fantasy, which has some of the most, it has a really fun, like, you know, battle mechanics. It's a really fun gameplay, and it has an amazing story. Probably some of the best dubs you'll probably see from video games. Again, my opinion. And then you get a classic like BioShock, because everyone loves classic, and you can probably consider BioShock like a horror or a suspense game, so you get a mixture of many different genres. Plus, you get Wiz. So it's like a win-win situation, because not only would you be able to, like, you know, at least see some series that are different genres, and you get to expand your mindset, open your frame of reference to other games, and probably you might even like them yourself and try it, and, you know, playing it for yourself, or maybe just watch these other content creators make these videos for you guys to experience and see how they feel, and see if you get excited with the story or many other mechanics. But once that Wiz video comes in, these people have been anticipating for like the whole week, and then here we are, or a few days, and then here we are, a Wizard101 video, and this person is having the time of their life just making this content, because not only were they able to escape a little bit from Wiz and do some other content, but now, you know, not only are you guys getting, you know, variety of content, but this person is also getting to experience this variety of content themselves. And, you know, they'll, every time they get on Wiz, it's going to be very fresh, it's going to feel very new, and they're going to be having the time of their lives. And it's just going to get to the point to where, you know, maybe, you know, everyone's going to eventually see that this person's going to definitely expand, you know, the platform to the point to where, you know, they're going to stay with like almost the same personality throughout, regardless of the game, because of the fact that they decide to expand content. So you guys tell me, would you guys prefer scenario A, or would you guys prefer scenario B? And let's have a discussion. I mean, I know this video has been pretty long. It's a rant video. I'm trying to discuss as much as I can. But to end this off, I just want you guys to know that I do appreciate your guys' support when it comes to, you know, the Wizard101 videos, and just, you know, supporting me in general on the channel. And I know lots of you guys have been supporting my other stuff too, so I really appreciate you guys for that. You know, if you guys support both my Wizard101 videos and also my other videos, you guys are the real MVPs here. And, you know, I just feel like, in the end, to end this off, number one, these people are not specifically WizTubers. Now, unless somehow like they just do only Wiz and don't even try to expand. But if there were people who do Wizard101 videos, but they try to expand to other content, then these people are content creators. That's one thing you guys need to know. Secondly, just because these people have been building off their fan base through Wizard101 doesn't mean that they don't have the right to expand to other content. Doesn't mean that they don't have the right to also, you know, try to promote this content a lot and actually want, or I wouldn't say expect, but actually want to have a very good amount of viewership as they hope for. Now, again, it's like baby steps, but however, you know, it's because something that every content creator takes pride in. Every content creator takes pride in all the videos that they do. So they want to have people who would genuinely will watch these videos and get the viewership that they just hope for, you know, sometime in the future. And then thirdly, you guys as a community just need to realize that if these people were to only do Wizard101 videos, it's going to get to the point where they become stale, and then you guys are going to, you know, comment or cause backlash on them because of the fact that they only do Wizard101 videos, and they're becoming stale. Their personality is starting to lose. They're starting to lose their personality, and then you guys are going to go to another person because not only it's a fresh because of a new personality, but because they only do Wiz videos. So it's going to get to the point to where you even lose those really good content creators that make the Wizard101 videos. So it's just something for you guys to think about. However, I hope that you guys did enjoy for what this video is. I know it's very long. Hopefully that you guys haven't really been watching this. Hopefully that you guys are, like, you know, listening to this when, like, maybe doing homework, or you know, just doing something, maybe like walking around, just listening to, you know, myself talk with my very sexy voice. It's actually not that sexy, but, you know, I try my best. But yeah, hopefully that you guys did enjoy this video for what it is. Again, I'm really sorry that it's really long. I really just am passionate about, you know, talking about these things, and, you know, let's have a discussion. However, as always, hope you enjoy it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and as always, remember to stay frenzy. Peace.